Greetings, environmental science scholars. In today's class, we're going to be creating a visual representation of some of the concepts that we've been learning in our community ecology unit. And I know that yesterday you guys created this really cool research document where you identified the topic and you jotted down lots of cool ideas and analysis. And here's a really wonderful example in which Chloe identified facultative mutualism as her topic. She's doing Kim and Kanye separately. They're both strong, famous, and important, but together they're this power couple. And she's going to include this amusing quote: "Bees, bees, bees. I'm going to let you finish, but aphids had the sweetest sugar of all time." Love the parody, love the metaphor. So, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using this document and we're going to be applying those skills and coming up with something cool and unique. If you do not want the Call of Duty Nature's Warfare, what you can simply do is delete it or simply click this I and it's gone. Likewise for the crosshairs, gone. But I'm going to leave it there for the time being because I'm gonna share something with you guys that's pretty amazing. It's called layer styles. What are layer styles and how do they work? So what we can do is we can influence any text or layer with an effect. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on this hawk, and we know it jumps right to the hawk layer because when we use the move tool and we have auto select layer checked, depending where we are, whatever we check, it jumps right to it in the layers palette. And what I can see is that next to this hawk text, right beneath it, in fact, it says effects, and beneath that, stroke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this eye to make this effect disappear. And we can see that that effect is gone. When I add the stroke, it adds a border to this text. Likewise, with this circle of the hawk, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hide this effect. Beautiful, and it's gone. We can see again, stroke adds a border. So what could we do? How does this work? Here we've got Julia, and we're gonna add a layer style to her. So what I'm gonna do is I'm click on her layer. She's layer 11, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the bottom. It says effects. What we do now is when we left click, we've got a number of options to choose from. We're gonna add a border by clicking stroke, and when we do that, we can see that there's a blue border all the way around her. If we want to increase the size, we can simply drag the slider, but that doesn't look amazing. And if we shift it all the way to the left at 1 pixel, that's a little bit too subtle. We could leave it like that. If we did choose 6 pixels, but we wanted to change the opacity, what we could do is we could simply drag the slider to the left. And what opacity does is it makes the layer see-through essentially. So the lower the opacity, the more translucent it is. I'm going to boost it to 100%. I'm going to press OK, and then I'm going to decide, you know what, I don't really love this layer style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to left-click stroke, and I'm going to drag it to the garbage can. Boom. What are some other really cool layer styles? So we'll do this one right here. So here we've got this mouse and the crosshairs, right? So I'm going to click on the crosshairs layer, which is right above it. I'm going to hide it, and we can see that outer glow does precisely what it says it's going to do. It's going to add an outer glow. If we wanted to go in and change it, we could left click outer glow. This window pops up, and if we wanted to change the color from red to light blue, we could do that, or green, but I'm going to cancel because I think that red is pretty cool, and I'm going to press OK. Check this out, guys. You guys remember last week, right? When we were using the mouse tool and the move tool and we held down Option, we could very easily click and drag an image. And now all of a sudden in this field, we've got this infestation. I'm going to press Command Option Z to go back. Hold down Command and Option, press Z, 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 and we're back to just one mouse right here. What we're going to do is, like copying the layers, we can copy layer styles. So I'm going to hold Option, and I'm going to click outer glow, and I'm going to drag it to layer 4, this mouse layer. Boom. And now you'll notice the mouse has the layer style. Cool. Here we've got Mr. Basilet. This is despite contrary or popular opinion, he's not a threat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this text, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold Option, and I'm going to drag it to Mr. Basilet. Boom, now Mr. Basilet's got a pretty cool layer style in it. Check this out, guys. If you guys want to add an outer glow, just make sure that the blending mode is normal. The default might be something else. Make sure it's normal. You can choose the color, opacity, and you can also experiment with the size. You can experiment with the spread. You're going to be doing lots of experimentation. I'm super excited with your work. This is a blank slate. I'm going to hide this and this. Can't wait to see what you guys produce. You're going to save your work as a JPEG. Uh,